What's up, guys? My name's Dean, or as most of you know me, Twisty, and today we're going to look at the Don Bradman Cricket 17 Academy. We have a practice nets training finally. Let's jump straight into that nets, which is something new in this game. You can also bowl in the nets, so we're going to go through that as well today. Let's take a look at the batting very quickly, and then I'll get into a little bit more in terms of how the controls have changed and things like that. So immediately, probably the first thing you'll notice is you've got the three sort of determining factors as to how well your shot is going to be. You've got your footwork, your timing, and your shot selection. That's the same three things that were the variables throughout the first game, although shot choice wasn't as big of an impact. Now, we take a look at the controls here for the batting. And a few things have changed. Leave ball has moved to the A button instead of the R3 button, or pushing in the right stick. You've got unorthodox shots are still on L1, or the left bumper. Your aggressive shots are still on the trigger. Your blocks are still on the right trigger. And you've also got your precision shots on the left, on the right bumper, which is more of a sort of placed shot. Then your aggressive ground strokes have moved from the triggers to the bumpers. So that is another one that has changed there. And also with the advancing up the crease, how that works is you push the right stick in before you make your shot. He brings the bat back like that and then dances down the pitch. So that's another change sort of to the controls, and I highly suggest picking up the nets if you have the opportunity. I'll put the link in the description for it, just so you can practice your batting before the game does come out in December. Now, that was an ideal shot choice, but I missed the ball completely. So let's take a look now at a little bit of the bowling. Alright, so let's start off our bowling by just having a look at sort of where you want to pitch the delivery. It doesn't really matter. This circle does not mean anything. So this is sort of just a guide as to where you'd like to pitch the ball, just to give you a general sort of aim and consensus as to what you'd actually like to do with it. So if we now we go back to our bowler, you've got your 4 standard deliveries as a pace bowler. So you've got your standard, your in-swing, your slower ball, and your out-swinger. Then if you hold down the left trigger, you can then get 3 additional deliveries. You've got an off-cutter, a cross-seam delivery, and a leg cutter. Now, as you can see, we've also got new lengths in terms of how we pitch the ball. So we've got short length, a good length, a full length, and then a very full length for our Yorker. So let's begin just by bowling a standard delivery at a good length. Then it's the same thing with the right stick. You pull it down when it goes green, and then boom. I hit it exactly where I wanted to pitch the ball. The release was good, but it wasn't amazing. And then the delivery would be a standard delivery given exactly where you sort of wanted it into. And your release very much determines where the ball is going to go. So just one more standard delivery here. Beautiful, hitting the mark exactly where I'd like to go. So now let's try it with a in-swinger. We'll go with a full-length in-swinger just to see how we can go about that one. Little bit overstepping the mark there. Wasn't great with the jump. And so now I just want to put this up a little bit because I think that that's probably where I'd like to pitch it. So that just gives you a little bit of an indication as to where you're going to pitch the delivery. It's not necessarily going to go to that spot, but that's where you'd like it to go, ideally. So that had a lot of swing on it, which meant I probably needed to start it a little bit further left. So if you look at where my release point actually is on the right analog stick, so that's very far left there. As you can see, I'll sort of zoom in and make that a screen cap there, just so you could see where I had to pitch that for it to in-swing that far, which is pretty good. Now let's go with a very full length. This is sort of a, Yorker length delivery here. Just trying to see what we can do. And that one obviously just tailing in very nicely at the back end there. I just want to see how fast I can actually bowl it. If I'm holding this button, boom. How quick was that? 151.2. Okay. So let's take a look now at the spin bowling. Alright, so let's take a look at the spin option now. We're going to be looking at a leg spinner first. You've got your 4 standard options. You've got a top spin, a googly, a slider, and a leg break. Now, you can also add on drift. If you hold the selection up the top there, then you can move the stick left and sort of right as well to select a different delivery. You've got your googly as well. You've got flight and bounce. They're sort of your different variations of each delivery. So there's plenty more that you can do as a spinner compared to a pace bowler, let's say. And you've got no alternative delivery. So these are your 4 options that you've got. And I guess we'll just start with a leg break. We'll just go with a normal sort of delivery. No real issues that we're going to need there. And we'll just see how we go. Now, the spin, I haven't quite worked out how the spin input works as yet. I'm still trying to work it out. I think if you got to keep like somewhat of a pace about it. Now, you've also got where you'd like to bowl from. You can vary that distance. I've got 3 choices here over the wicket and 3 choices around the wicket here. So if we bowl the wrong end, or the googly as they call it, on the opposite end of the thing here, this is just... and you use the directional pad to do that as well. So we're going to go with a top spinner here. Just try and getting it as straight as we possibly can. Beautiful. If we look at the off spinner, we can see that it's pretty much exactly the same as the leg spinner. You've got your 4 deliveries that you can do, as well as adjusting the bounce and drift on those deliveries through those things. You've got the top spinner, the off break, the doosra, and the arm ball. They're your 4 deliveries that you can bowl as an off spinner. And at the moment, I'm currently really bad at working out how you actually judge where the ball is going to pitch with the spin bowlers, so obviously I'll get used to that over time. But that is it for today's sort of video, and a little bit of a starting tutorial for how the new bowling mechanics and batting mechanics work a little bit throughout the Don Bradman Cricket 17 demo. So hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. Leave a big thumbs up if you did. I'll be doing more of these to come, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.